Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, back here with another Trading 212 portfolio update. This is episode 39 in the series. Today we're going to be talking about the overall performance of the market itself, stocks I've purchased, stocks I've sold, and dividends I've received over the last 7 days. So before we get started, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really does help get this video out to more people. Anyway, so yeah, let's get started. So the portfolio is now at £7,089.66p. I've invested £7,295.28p. I am down £205.60p. That's 2.81% in the red. That is quite a significant drop compared to the start of the week. At the start of the week, I was actually down 78p, and throughout the week, I did hit a high of around £25. But it has gone down again, so I'm not too worried about it at the moment. It is quite a significant drop over the last 2 days. The markets have had a huge have been impacted quite a lot. I'm not really sure why the stock market has seen a drop. It could be a number of things, like for example FOMO, whereas buyer speculation has kind of like fizzled out, and investors are starting to think about selling their stocks. All the hype's kind of gone, but also I do think the US-China trade tensions, or political tensions, whatever you want to call it, has definitely played an impact on the US market. So I want to go through the stocks that I've sold this week. The first one is Adobe. So let's go find Adobe, A-D-O-B-E, Adobe Systems. So with this one, I decided to sell it just because I only had 5% of a share. So initially I did put a small amount in. I was planning to increase it further. I was expecting it to hover around 350 tops, but it did shoot up to 430, even more to be honest. It did shoot up to 463, which is insane, especially during the coronavirus pandemic. So since then, I've decided that it is kind of overvalued. I do think in the long run, it will definitely be like an $800 stock, but for now, since I've got such a small position, I wanted to focus it on other things. I do see great things with Adobe, especially with, they do have a great software as well. Like, I know they've got the enterprise stuff, but let's talk about the consumer / professional / enterprise. So like with Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, After Effects, these are all tools that I use personally, and I'm sure a lot of people will be picking up too, especially like if they are in commercial, or even if they're starting their own YouTube channel. Like, this software is definitely a must when it comes to creative content. So that being said, I do reckon that they've probably seen a lot of people subscribe to their products. I've had a subscription for at least 2 years now, so that for me, I fully stand by their product. I think it's fantastic, although it's a little pricey, but I guess you can charge what you want when you're like the industry leader. Your products, some of your products have become verbs, like Photoshop. So with Adobe, I've sold it. I did make about £5.50 in profit with this, with a very small percentage. If you want to see what I had in Adobe, you can watch the card up below, and watch that episode where I talk about Adobe, or the position that I had in it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It does help get this video to more people. Moving on to the next stock that I sold was Barclays. I decided to sell Barclays purely just down to I'm in a trimming phase of my portfolio. I decided that I want to reduce the number of positions that I have, so I can focus on having a larger positions in a fewer number of stocks. So Barclays is another one that I decided to remove or close this position in this portfolio anyway, because I do have it in my Freetrade account. If you haven't seen my Freetrade portfolio updates, you can watch the card up here for the latest episode at the time of recording this video. But The main reason I did sell this is just I do want to remove the potentially having the same stocks in both portfolios. So this way I get to remove it from the trading 2121 and just focus on fewer stocks for that. Moving on to the next one that I sold was Redrow. Can't even spell today. Row. So this is another great stock that I think is, I say great, I mean good stock. I think it's a really good stock. If we look at pre-COVID, they were around £8.47 just before the coronavirus pandemic hit. So they were doing really well, and they did see quite a good growth over the few months prior to that event. I did sell them at around £4 something. I think I sold them at around, what's last week? I sold them around £4.60. I did make a little bit of a loss on this, but I figured that the stocks that I'm going to invest in has a greater potential that I want to focus on anyway. So decided it had to go. Not because it's not a great stock. It's good stock, but it doesn't fit my needs right now, especially when I'm consolidating a number of positions into other ones anyway. So that is another one that went. Let's talk about another one that I sold, which was Cisco Systems. Good talk. So with Cisco Systems, I've been meaning to sell this for a while. They have actually done really well during the pandemic. They've pretty much maintained what they were pre-coronavirus. Actually, they did see quite a big drop. So that was an opportunity to buy, which I didn't take. But anyway, in terms of stock, I did sell this at 5% gain, so I'm not too worried about it. I did want to sell it purely for the trimming purposes that most of the stocks that I've sold this week have, is the main reason anyway. Cisco Systems are actually doing really well. They've got their own WebEx Enterprise suite, which has done really well, especially for companies. I know a lot of companies like Microsoft have their own one, so it is competing against with Teams, Google Suite, and then you've got Zoom and video calling as well. So it is competing against that, but it has played fairly well during the pandemic, and I think they've probably seen quite a good success with it. That's what I think. So I sold it just because I wanted to reduce the number of positions, and the position I held in it was really small, so it wasn't really worth keeping. That being said, we're moving on to the last one that I have sold, which is Mastercard. I sold this stock, and I think I was around 17% up on this. It was a very small position again. I think I had 0.15 off a share, so that I decided to sell. I sold it at a profit around 17%, so happy days again. Pretty much all of those stocks that I invested into other stocks, we'll go into that right now. So with Energy Transfer is the next one I want to talk about. I've increased the position quite a bit. I've gone from 45 shares to 90 shares. I am down at the moment £31.48. That's 6.32%. My average price at the moment is $6.95. Again, for this stock, I do think it's a really good stock. It does pay quite a high yield. My aim for this anyway is to get this to 100 shares, and just that's just the goal for me. So I'll be buying another 10 shares at some point next week, and just get that to around 100. The next one that I've increased my position in is. So with Realty Income, I've increased my position from 2 shares to 5 shares this week. So I've purchased another 3. It's actually down as well. So last week I think I was up 0.89%, and this week I am down 1.73%. I'm down £3.94. My average price is at $57.96. I think it's quite a good price personally, especially like when things go back to normal. I'm hoping it will hit around $70-80 in the future, in the next year, as long as things do go back to normal, especially in the US. Businesses start to run somewhat normally. I should expect this to get to 65-70, but if things go back to normal by the end of the year, then I should expect this to get to around $75-80. But this is a big if. If it doesn't, then I think maybe Realty income might not fare too well. But let's hope things do get back to normal, because I'm kind of sick of this coronavirus thing, and I would just want things to go back to normal, to be honest. That being said, they do pay a really good dividend. I think it's around, well, Trading 212 is saying about 4.88%. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but yeah, we'll just go with that for today. It's 4.88%, so pretty happy with that. If you haven't seen last week's video, you can watch that. It's on screen now on the card above. Don't forget to subscribe and help this channel get to 1,000 subscribers. I really do. That is the milestone that we're trying to reach at the moment. So if you can subscribe, hit that bell button, that would be great. Really do appreciate it. But anyway, let's move on to some other stocks to talk about today. Let's talk about RBS. So this is really weird. Obviously, they haven't updated the logo on Trading 212, but they have literally updated the NatWest, the name and the ticker symbol. So it's NatWest Group. It is called NWG, not RBS anymore, is the ticker symbol. But if we look at the on the week, it has actually dropped from when they changed it around 120, and it's just gone to 114. So obviously the rebrand hasn't had that great of an impact yet. So I've got 110 shares. I'm down £60.50p. That's 32.41%. My average price is at £1.69p. To be honest, this is going to be a stock that I'm going to hold for a while. I'm hoping for it to go back to £2, but I think realistically we probably won't be seeing that until, I don't know, late 2021, maybe Q4. But it's something that I want to keep hold of. I think it might prove beneficial in the long run. Returns won't be massive, but it'll be a decent amount, and hopefully they do start paying the dividends once. Well, I think once the rest of the banks do as well. So hopefully when this COVID thing passes and things go back to normal, we should start seeing dividends from them. Also, I have actually increased my position in Telefonica. I did buy one extra share. I forgot to mention that, but I figured it's only €3.87, and I was like, you know what, might as well just buy one. Anyway, my average price now is at €5.92. So hoping to keep this for a while, and we'll see where that turns out to be. I've changed my mind on this a number of times throughout the last few episodes, and I think I'm going to hold on to it for now. I think that's it. British Land hasn't done too well today either. It has dropped again. I guess on the last week it is down 3.94%. So this is another stock that I know is quite risky at the moment. They've definitely cancelled their dividends. I'm not sure how bad that is for REIT, because you know they have to pay a certain amount every month as dividends or pay it out. So I guess it's just showing that they're not making a profit on anything, I guess. So this is kind of a little bit worrying, similar to New River REIT as well. New River REIT is not doing great either. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and help this channel get to 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, that's it. I've got a couple videos coming out this week, next week anyway. Just keep a close eye on it, and yeah, I think I'm dropping one on Monday and probably Thursday. But yeah, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one.